Hello, what I want to do is just give you a few sort of helping techniques now as you start to put together not just syllables in terms of words, but you're actually putting words together now that form sentences. And the block, so to speak, that you've got is the English sentence as you know it, because as you know, the structure of an English sentence is very, very plain. The subject comes before the verb and the object comes after the verb, whereas in Greek what we're learning is that's not necessarily the case. Now, I'm giving you at this point just a simple sentence so that you can look at most of the words that you know within it. I've put it below, as you can see up on the screen. Ho theos egere ton Iesun ekton nekron. Most of those words that you know, you recognize there's a definite article, ho, theos, so it's a second declension masculine. You can know the case of it with the ending. You know it twofold, you know it by the ending of the noun with the sigma, but you also know it because the definite article that goes with it is the nominative masculine singular. So in other words then, you recognize that the article, which is an adjective, in other words a definite article, it's definite as opposed to indefinite. We know in Greek there is no indefinite article, it would be just translated as a or an. From this standpoint then, when the definite article is put in with it, then the article and the noun, and I'm going to say later on, you're going to find out that the adjective that goes with it also, the article and the noun, because the article is an adjective, it defines the noun in some sense, it's definite, it's this one, the God. Although in this case, as we know, in certain abstract nouns and so on, that the article is not represented in translation. So in other words then, but you know straight away that this is nominative. And the verb, you don't have to worry about the verb, egero, which means I am raising or I raise. Here, third person singular. So the subject then is that God is the one who is raising. God raises or is raising. And then you've come across Jesus, Jesus, Jesu, soon. So that this is, you can tell that it's unusual from that standpoint that man's brought that out in respect to its the way it's declined with the suffix that's put on the end with the nu, but you can tell also that it's a masculine noun because of the masculine article that is accusative masculine singular. All right, so in other words then that's the object. So in this case it's fairly straightforward. It's the sentence of what I've given you so far. It's really like an English sentence because you've got a subject, which is God, theos, you've got the verb, and then you've got the accusative masculine singular, which basically is Iesun, Jesus. And therefore it's straightforward, but it won't necessarily be like that in the future. I'm just giving you something very simple to start off with, because it may be that you're in a situation whereby what you do is you don't look at the word order necessarily at this point. Now, one of the main things that we'll be doing in the next few weeks is, as we get into verbs, is I'll be focusing with you, when you look at a sentence, you try and find the main verb, and then you look at the different elements of it. All I'm really saying at this point is what you do is you look at the elements that go along with the different nouns and the accompaniments of what's there. For example, there's an accompaniment with an adjective which can function as a noun, nekros, which is the dead, and it's ek, and you're going to come across that next week in lesson 8. It's a preposition. I won't say any more than that at this point, but the preposition goes with that noun. So ekton nekron, that goes within itself. So you look for building blocks within the context of your translation. The one key I want to tell you though of what you look at, and this is why the definite article, and you knowing the definite article so thoroughly in its 3 forms, it helps you determine where the subject is and where the object is, and where the genitive case is, where the dative case is, etc., etc., not by the position of these elements within the sentence, as in English, because then you can work that out. But in Greek, you don't need that. All right, I'll leave it there for this point. Thanks.